G'day, I'm Tom the Bearded Broker. I'd like to talk to you now about how much money you can borrow from the bank. Well, I can't give you an exact number because everybody's situation is different, but what I can do is talk to you about the different things that will weigh in upon the decision about how much money you can borrow. The first one obviously is income. How much do you earn? And this is going to vary obviously from person to person. One person with no debts and no kids and very low expenditure may well have sufficient income, whereas that wouldn't be enough if you had two people. And the next thing is existing debt. So credit cards, car loans, personal loans, store cards, HEX debts, all these things actually weigh upon your ability to repay. So the best thing is to pay down as much debt as fast as you can. Get rid of that stuff because it kills your capacity to borrow. The next thing is how many people are on the loan. Is it two people, you and a partner? Two people, you and a friend? Is it just you and two kids? Whatever it might be. The income for the two people, for example, needs to be able to support two people plus the expenses and the mortgage. So let's just look at a situation where you have one person who wants to go on the loan, but there's actually a couple, so there's two people. The bank will look at the income from the one person, but the expenses from the two people. Because even though you don't want the second person to be on the loan, the bank knows that eventually, if this person, the second person lost their job, the first person would be paying for their bills. So you need to be able to support both people. So the bank will look at how many people are on the loan. Next thing is kids. Do you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids? This obviously will impact upon your ability to borrow amounts from the bank. The final thing, which is not so much the amount you can borrow, but the value of the house you can buy, your deposit, how big the deposit is. If you have, say, a $50,000 deposit and you take out a $450,000 loan, then that means you can buy a house for $500,000. So let's just ignore stamp duty and settlement costs, that sort of thing. If you have a $100,000 loan, $100,000 deposit, and you can still borrow $450,000, means you can buy a house worth $550,000. So obviously the size of the deposits can impact the value of the house you can buy as well. And then all the other factors I discussed will impact on how much you can borrow. So all these things are obviously very important and a little bit complicated. So if you want to discuss your particular situation with me, please feel free to hit me up. Until next time, I'm Tom, the Bearded Broker.